Alright, guys. Welcome back to Metal Gear Survive. I've managed to get the remaining stuff that I needed. I actually didn't have to look very far to find it. Let's see. Do some last minute upgrades. Okay. There's that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Change. Nope. Let's change its color. Okay. I know it's kind of silly what I'm doing this late in the game, but it's something I want to do. Let's see, get some. Alright, guys. Let's get to let's get to it then. Actually, do I have? Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, guys, we're not done yet, but we're pretty close. But now that, just like with Monster Hunter World, this game's not done. It's just gonna be, the episodes will be a little, well, no, actually I'll probably still stick with this one a little bit more because the story tends to be a little bit more, tends to still run its course, and plus there's still a lot more stuff I'd like to do with the game itself, um, amongst a few other things.
Let's move on to final preparations. Craft the Archaeoblade trap.
I don't have the energy for it. Jeez. Alright, guys. Well, okay, we gotta get the energy for this, and honestly, the easiest way is if I can actually get a, one of these missions taken care of. Let me make some adjustments here so that my voice isn't broadcasting. Okay, there. Alright, that should. No, it looks like it's still broadcasting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, guys. Uh, the only way to describe this place is the simulation. Hopefully, we'll get a mission pretty fast. Okay. Let's take a look at medium. Actually. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it won't take long for us to get into a match and we can do fairly decent. It's nothing. You've already seen me play missions like this before, except the only difference is now I'll be actually running inside of the actual game itself. I mean, actual multiplayer part of it. This is just one aspect of the multiplayer, I'm sure, because from my understanding, they're supposed to add add more multiplayer options. Because if this technically is the only one, then this would get pretty. Then there wouldn't be nobody. Very few people would want to keep going to this, keep doing this particular multiplayer game. But from my understanding, I did read that they're going to be adding new modes and all kinds of other things to it. But if they do this game right, they can expand upon this game quite a bit, such as adding more maps, do a little bit more stories. They can easily add more to it. Thing about Konami though is they normally don't. They usually take and make a game with a lot of potential and then they just let it die. I'm still heartbroken over their decision to cancel PT. I know there's a lot of games out there that made clones of PT, but those aren't what Kojima had in mind when he was creating the game. He actually had a lot. It was going to be a lot more involved, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of which, I read a really interesting comment the other day, actually today, and the comment said that this game was the greatest game. It was the best of the Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear games. Don't get me wrong; it's a good Metal Gear, regardless. But then they had the audacities to say that now that they got rid of Kojima and his horrible writing, the Metal Gear Solid can be what it should have been to begin with. They do realize Kojima. I don't know if he wrote the stories. I know he directed them, but I'm pretty sure someone else came up with the storyboard for it. I'd have to do a little bit of research into it, but even if they didn't, that, in my mind, that's a very stupid remark to make. And here's the reason why. That would be like saying, that any book out there would be better if somebody else had wrote it. Like, say, take like Game of Thrones, for instance. That'd be like saying Game of Thrones would be better if Terry Brooks wrote it. Not true. You cannot criticize someone's... It's not right to criticize someone's methods. in terms of any form of the literal arts. It's like you may not agree with what you're seeing or something like along those lines, but it is not your right to say that it would be better if somebody else had done it, because there's no such thing as better when somebody else does something. And the reason why is because it wasn't their original idea. And even if it was, it would still turn out to be the same. Not the exact same story, because everyone has their own quirks. Same thing goes for art. It's like there's some arts out there that honestly, I think I have I really don't understand the appeal behind certain types of art, but yet it speaks to the person who is actually making the painting, and it speaks to some of the people who actually like that type of art. For example, um, I'm not sure what it's called, but I call it paint splatter. Basically, they take paint and just splatter it on a canvas and try to make art that way. When to me, it just looks like a bunch of random colors thrown in different ways. Looks like a mess to me. That's me personally. But am I going to criticize that person and saying that it's not art or someone else could have done it better? No. The reason why is because I just don't understand it. Now, stuff like this, the only way that it can be considered very bad writing, and I'll tell you right now, the story for Metal Gear Solid is amazing. Um, is if it was made. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get. Let me go into a different version of the mode because it didn't look like I was getting anybody. Um, the only way that it could be considered poor is if there was mistakes made that wasn't corrected. Now that being said, guys, this is a sci-fi game. Okay, sci-fi. You know what sci-fi stands? Hey, now because it is a sci-fi, it's random. It's different. Um, it's not going to match up with reality, and they may branch off in weird directions. For example, like this being taking place in the future. But what does that matter? It really doesn't. Um, and some things just make me angry. I mean, it's like I've seen big game company reviews just completely smash a game, and a game with an amazing story and not really that bad gameplay, but they get so hung up on one detail that they do everything they can to completely and utterly destroy whatever fame that that game could potentially bring in. For example, the Tales series. A while back, um, there was a review I read, and the person kept going on and on and on, droning on and on and on about the save mechanic, saying that the game is garbage basically because you have to go to specific locations to save. Apparently, these people don't realize why that save mechanic was even used to begin with. I like. I particularly liked that save mechanic because it made things difficult. You had to think, plan out, and if you made a mistake, you paid for your mistakes. But honestly, Guys, if you guys are gonna review games, please review what matters. I mean, people complaining about graphics. Graphics don't make a game. Look at Minecraft, for example. Okay? While graphics do help improve upon it, they're not the only thing that matters. Um, Now, game control clunky. I can understand if the controls are a little stiff. The people said that the controls on this game's clunky. The controls are actually pretty smooth. Um, those swing delays aren't instant for a reason, guys. You don't react instantly for a reason because you wouldn't react that instantaneous in real life. And yes, this isn't real life, but you also have to take into account it's a game. It doesn't have to be 100% realistic, guys. I just lost an arrow. But that being said, guys, I'm done beating my head against a rock over things I don't agree with. Um, just one thing I want you guys to keep in mind when it comes to reviewing games, okay? They are games. While yes, being realistic is in some situations is appealing, but a game does not have to be 100% realistic at all times. I mean, they're games. If we were going to play a game where if we were playing, it's like if we were playing a game that was 100% like real life, then why would I play it? Just something to keep in mind, guys. But I'm done criticizing you guys about some of the way you guys... Jesus! Wasting materials. Alright. Now, as you can see, it says total iris energy extracted. The higher that gets, the higher that bar moves along, the better stuff we get. I have to help them over on this side. Or not. Despite a little bit of mishaps, they're doing okay so far. Not all those arrows are mine, apparently. Okay, so they're not doing too bad, despite having a few low levels here. I didn't bring any defensive structures with me. But this should get us close to, if not what we need. Ooh, nice. Get us close to, if not what we need for the getting our Archaea blades built. I have no idea what he's doing. That blade, that bow. get up here? I got arrogant. Jesus. Oh, I think we're good. Then you just go around, breaking open all your goodie boxes. One of these days, I keep half expecting to find Snake sitting in one of them. Okay. Probably the only reason why I didn't get first place there is because had to get revived. This is my fault, anyways. I shouldn't have rushed it like I did. I never was good at melee combat. Alright. Now that that's taken care of, I'm going to show you guys something. Start over here. Okay, now when you get weapons from those drops, they're broken. Now, if you notice something though, like this broken composite bow, look at all the stats on it. That's the thing that makes these weapons special, is they come with extra stuff on them. I think I got some better gloves, actually. Yeah, right here. Strength boost. I'll equip them. Then customize. Strengthen them. Okay, now look at that. So it has the same defense as my other one. Only difference is this one gives me higher strength. So the gear inside of these areas are nice, and my guess is that they're later going to come out with missions that require us to fight like oversized random bosses, or kind of like raid missions, I'm thinking, because there's a lot they can do with it. And by doing that, it would give us a reason to keep getting these special gear, because this special gear is vastly more vastly better than what we're already used to. Okay, now that that's done and said, we're going to go back to single player and see if we got enough to get these Archaea blades built, and we'll get into our match. And yes, I know I was criticizing how people were writing stuff like that. It was mainly because it irks me to see people being overly critical about things that doesn't matter. It's like this game was late, and people was like, "Oh, it's time to come out," and it's not out. Refund.
Okay, let's move on to final preparations. Craft the Archaea blade trap.
Ugh, I still don't have enough. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me check something right fast. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll run. I'll see about running a couple more of those missions. I might see if I can get into a medium match. That way, it'll improve the amount of energy we get. And once we got the energy we need, actually, while I'm at it, but once we get the energy we need, then we'll be able to actually get this mission on the way. I'm hoping I can go ahead and get it done and started. If it takes too long, then I might have to do it all. Do the battle. Let's do the setup in another video. While I'm waiting, give me just a moment. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and hopefully it'll be good by the time I get back. If not, then we might have to do a couple more small missions. But I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Jesus. Level 61? I feel a little underprepared. And I've been grinding the crap out of this game, but I'm moving slow, apparently. Or this is somebody who lives in multiplayer. Which honestly could be the case. Alright, since I do have another person in here, in about 4 minutes, the match will start. Hopefully he sticks around. That way, he's got a class. I don't know the symbol. Looks like a wrench. But yeah, I think I will redo my game with on. I think I might go ahead and play Metal Gear Solid 5 for you guys. And the reason why is I'd like to get my own playthrough of it on, even though it's been played for, been done already once, before, plenty of times. I want to do it, and it won't. And honestly, I've been wanting to replay the game anyways from the very beginning. Thing is, I have to see if I can do a separate account with save file without deleting my current save because I really don't want to start completely over. And at the same time, I don't want to go into the game overpowered with all the gear and stuff like that. Because honestly, that wouldn't make much sense. Doesn't look like we're going to get anybody else, which is fine. Honestly, whoever the 61 is, if he sticks with it, he could carry me through this match by himself if he's got the right stuff. And at his level, he probably got some stuff that's vastly superior to mine. Um, I did decide upon my class. I'm going to go with a Jaeger, mainly because I mainly stick with my bow, anyways. And it was the only one that fits. Normally, I wouldn't. Normally, I do like to pick healer type, but in this case, Jaeger would probably be a better fit for me. You'll notice that on a lot of games if we play any, or if you see me once you see me play more into them, is that I play a lot in multiplayer. When I play multiplayer games, I typically perform a healing side role, if possible. I've always been that way. Well, I can't say always. I had different little quirks I used to have when I was growing up. It's like there for the longest time I wouldn't play with any. I wouldn't use anything except for a sword. Um, that happened when I was younger, and then I got my hands on Champions Return to Arms, and then I started playing with the Archer, which got me into the archery classes. Used to aggravate my brother half to death because he was extremely powerful. I mean, he went with barbarian. He can kill anything, almost one hit on there, but yet he could never beat me. And it used to make him so angry because the way I'd play my class exactly the way you were supposed to, and he just couldn't wrap his head around it. He thought that I'm guessing he thought that you had to play the game the exact same way as he did, otherwise you're not playing it right. I mean, he's right up in their face. He thought that someone squishy like me is supposed to be standing right in front of him, trying to take him toes to bear and let him beat me down. No, I just kept using frost arrows on him, and keep him from moving around any. This video might get copyrighted. This video will get copyrighted. I haven't figured out how to edit out the music without messing up my voice yet. So this one will get copyrighted. Well, that sucks. Hopefully it's not a hopefully it's not a one of those copyright problems where they kind of give you they kind of smack you a little and say if you do this anymore, we're going to block we're going to cancel your YouTube account. Hopefully it's like what happened on on the first episode of level 30. Oh no, wrong wrong button. Hopefully it's like my episode in not it ends like that one episode on my I can't think of what it's called now. Um, the episode in my first episode of Monster Hunter, where they say you breach there's copyright here. We're gonna let you use it, but you can't collect monetization on it. Uh, if it does that, then I'm fine with that. But that being said, it doesn't bother me too much if they, anyways, because I can't monetize my videos yet. So, but now if it actually is a strike mark, if it is actually considered a strike, then that will irk me a lot. Because I don't want my videos to get I don't want to get marks on me for playing because some random Joe likes to listen to this music and there's nothing I can do about it. So are you Jesus. I know he's running around with a hello. Ah. I think he picked up my arrows. He got it. All right. I think he is picking up my arrows. it's just the first wave. Jesus. Okay, so they're still coming from the same direction. Jesus. I've switched away from my shotgun because I'm running out. Actually got a tracker here. Hopefully he utilizes that Gatling turret I got him. I don't think we're gonna make it this one. Ow. We might make it. He's just wiping them. Didn't quite make S though. Ugh. But you see, this is a good way to get lots of materials really fast. That should have been everything. But yeah, this is where I get most, if not all of my materials, just about. I just come in here and grind this stuff out. While my level isn't as high as some of the other people, um, that's mainly because I use my points in a lot of different areas. Oh yeah, I've got the energy for it now. All beautiful. I'm definitely repairing that. What size bullet does it use? Uses 9mm, which means I could swap that out with. Let me see about. As tempted as it is to level up, I need this for somewhere else. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna bring my. Where are they at? Okay, there's that. I'm gonna do some. Yeah, and let's repair everything because I'm pretty sure I need to fix a lot of my stuff. Okay, customize this. I need to change out my 45 for 9mm. That way I can hold more 9mm rounds. And I need to replenish my supplies. I'm running out of springs. That's one thing I was hoping I would have gotten in that match was more springs. I'm running out of bottles too. And I think that would be about all I can do. Oh, shotgun shells. This has probably already gotten copyrighted. Did I unlock a sniper rifle? No. But yet I know how to make sniper rounds. Interesting. Something just doesn't quite seem right about that. Um, I'm trying to figure out. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Oh, that's right, shotgun shells. And then I'll make some more overpressured rounds just in case. And I gotta make some more heavy arrows. I'm tempted to bring my fire arrows out. Okay, let's make some more of these. Thing about these is it actually damages your gun, so, which is honestly not that big of a deal. I can easily fix it so long as it doesn't use materials that I can't repair, and I don't need that many. Okay, there we go. And with that, we should be ready to try and get this done. But this episode will be a lot longer than normal because when I had to gather up the energy to do this, I wasn't paying attention with the energy when I started the episode. And plus, the multiplayer little thing was kind of nice to have in there. And after that, the main thing that's going to draw it out is probably the ending. So.
Okay, let's move on to final preparations.
Let's do it, guys.
Craft the Archaeoblade trap.
And there it is.
Finally, the big showdown. Is everyone ready?
No.
Are you sure we should be doing this? Is it right for us to be returning home like this if it means letting Virgil make this sacrifice after helping us get to this point in the first place?
No, Miranda. You have such a big heart that you even care about a machine, even though that machine is technically artificial.
I appreciate your concern, but my mission has been to support you. Please, do not worry about us. You should return to your time.
I agree with Miranda. While I was working on the Archaea blade trap and doing some circuit tests with Virgil, I realized something. Their infection has probably progressed more than they realize. At this rate, it may affect their ability to control the trap. Someone needs to stay behind to help them out.
That won't be necessary.
Actually, after running a systems check just now, I think Chris may have a point. Currently, the odds of operational success stand at approximately 9.3%.
See? I'll stay behind. I know more about programming than anyone here.
Now hold up. If that's the situation,
Actually, if you think
I'll
about it,
stay.
that makes sense. His name is Good Luck because he is good luck.
I lost everyone in the core. I didn't care if I made it back. The only thing that kept me going was getting a shot at burying that thing. And I'm no Chris here, but I still know more than a thing or two about machines.
That does it. I'm staying too.
You're what?
Have you lost your mind? How could you possibly contribute under the circumstances?
It's true. I don't know much about machines, but I thought, you know, maybe an old timer like you might need his back cracked or something. I don't know.
Nice.
For the love of...
I'm serious here. You guys mean a lot to me. Everything we've been through. No way I can leave any of you behind while I take off like that.
Nice.
I'll be your errand boy. Whatever you need. Just let me help out with this too.
That means we don't leave.
Well, I can hardly leave now after that either, can I? Of course. I've been wanting to stay behind since the beginning.
You guys are serious about this?
Reeve, it's not time for you to
That
go.
expression looks like you feel the same way, huh, Captain?
Yup.
Damn it. Virgil, what are the odds of success now?
Now, the odds of success stand at 96.6%.
Jesus.
Let's make that 100%.
So you will let me?
He was asking
No,
for
Chris.
permission.
You're going home.
Yep.
Why? I'm one of you guys too.
And for that reason, you have an important mission.
What's this?
A device containing data on the wormhole technology. Truth is, I was planning to take it back myself. And one day we'd find a way to rescue you and everyone else who was still here. Unlike these
That
guys,
means
I
the
don't
loop
plan on
is
spending
still
the rest of my
happening.
life here. Someday I will make it home. I place that hope in you, Chris. You're the smartest one here. I'm counting on you. The future is in your hands.
Okay.
Capturing the Lord of Dust will take some time. But our other enemies won't remain on the sidelines during this process. Expect Wanderers to attack.
Yep. I
Once
was.
you're fully prepared, access the wormhole digger.
There's honestly nothing more I can prep on. Where's the... Where's it at? Duh. Duh. Okay. Well, guys, here we go. There's nothing much more to say other than good luck, guys.
Everyone, I want to thank you for your help. All right, commencing operation. Generating wormhole.
You want to rethink this? Now's the time.
You wait until now to say that?
Can you two lovebirds save it for later?
Same for you and your lectures, old man. Okay, everybody ready?
Here it comes.
They're brave because they're right at the front.
Now.
Jesus.
Phase 1 of the attack is a success. Now, everyone get back to Mother Base.
Good luck, little one.
Good luck, Chris. Good luck, Chris.
I promise I'll come back for you.
Hence the name.
Defend the Archaea blade trap until it has captured the Lord of Dust.
It's do or die here. We'll do everything in our power to back you up.
I need to get down.
If the trap is destroyed, the world's cycle of destruction will only continue. It's all up to you, Captain.
And time is of the essence.
I don't have a good defense to set up.
Second wave incoming. We're past the halfway point with the trap. Hang in there, Captain. Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for you. You must protect it.
That's it. Come on, turn on, guys. I'm about out of everything.
The Archaea blade trap is under attack.
Hey, gorgeous. What's up? Okay, I gotta hurry, guys. I gotta get some ammunition real fast before I'm in trouble. Okay, if I have time. Okay, I have a little bit of time. No, it's too far of a rush. I'm gonna have to get over there. Oh gosh, guys, this... They are not making this fight easy at all.
Another enemy attack.
The trap process is nearly complete.
Got nothing for. Oh.
Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for. Must protected.
Get off.
Captain. Captain.
That makes me angry.
I dare say. Our mission
How in
has
the
ended
heck
in
did
failure.
they, even with all the stuff they give me, that was not made with one person in mind under any circumstances.
Capturing the Lord of Dust will take some time. But our other enemies won't remain on the sidelines during this process. Expect wanderers to attack. Once you're fully prepared, access the wormhole digger.
Alright, we'll try this again. can change out this. Okay, that will give me some more Molotovs. Okay. Actually, okay. This takes way too long to craft all these bullets. Actually, right here. Okay. Honestly, I can't do any more preparation than this. If it doesn't work this time, then I'm just gonna have to grind level or something. But yeah, I'm disappointed in that last one. Just about had it. be another long video.
Defend the Archaea blade trap until it has captured the Lord of Dust.
It's do or die here. We'll do everything in our power to back you up. If the trap is destroyed, the world's cycle of destruction will only continue. It's all up to you, Captain.
And time is of the essence.
You're almost at the defense target.
Expect wanderers on a scale we've never seen.
But I believe in you, Captain. I know you can do it.
It'll take time to fully capture the Lord of Dust.
As anticipated, Wanderers have started their attack. Defend the Archaea blade trap.
I never.
Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for you. You must protect it.
No.
Your life has dropped. You should secure your immediate surroundings and then heal yourself.
Okay. So there was a time limit. Okay. I gotta hurry. Because I need to make ammunition right fast. It's all the time I have.
Second wave incoming. We're past the halfway point with the draft. Hang in there, Captain. Activating the defense support ability that Chris prepared for you. Must protect it.
Come on, God. Let go. Jesus. Let go.
Your life has dropped. You should secure your immediate surroundings.
Jesus.
Yourself.
Waste. Okay, this is why I was saving the mortars. Get off of me! I know, guys. Jesus, come on, guys. I'm gonna freaking lose this match again. That took too long and that was way too close. And I need to get more ammunition for this upcoming fight too. have any more stuff, I'm out. Okay, then this is just gonna have to do it. Get up here and get... Okay.
Another enemy attack.
Did I do it? Did I do it? Oh no, I didn't do it.
Track process complete. Now finish it off with the railgun.
Oh no.
All right. This is the final battle. Let's go.
What?
Dread dust infection has surpassed 70%. I can no longer acquire the target by myself.
Captain, you'll have to do it for us.
Aim for where its shell is thinnest. That's where it's the weakest.
The railgun takes some time to reload. Keep that in mind.
Not very accurate, is it?
still getting energy readings from the Lord of Dust.
That's not fair.
It's doing something! Look! That wormhole!
What's going on?
Everyone, listen up. There is only one way to defeat the Lord of Dust. After running an analysis on the phenomenon we've witnessed just now, one significant problem has come to light.
The Dread Dust didn't begin their existence as organic life. Therefore, they have no concept of death. They began as nanomachines. As long as they have no concept of their own death, they will not cease to function. This appears to be the reason why it has been impossible to destroy them.
I'm just gonna ask you point blank. Is there really a way to beat this thing?
Yes, but before I elaborate, please listen to...
We don't have time for this shit.
We don't have time for this shit. I can almost hear Reeve when this message starts. I can empathize, because I'm sure you're still in the middle of the battle. But I need you to listen to me. This really will be my final message to you. Consider it my last will and testament. First of all, Reeve, before I continue, I have to apologize to you.
We really don't have time for this. Captain, try hitting it with the railgun again. We can't...
I let you down. I spent 30 years trying, but in the end, I couldn't get you out of that place.
Let me down. No. You're Chris?
I remember it like it was yesterday. That day, 30 years ago. When the captain got me to the wormhole above base camp and I made it home. But I couldn't have expected what happened next. Instead of going back to 1980, I ended up in Philadelphia in 1943. In the skies above the USS Eldridge. Wardenclyffe section hadn't been around that long, and this was their first full-blown test of the wormhole teleportation. And so I, descending from the skies, became the greatest achievement of the Philadelphia experiment. For the next several years, I was the section's little plaything. But over time, I rose to the rank of researcher and gained more influence in the section. And what supported my research was the device that you, Reeve, gave to me. I quickly became one of the leading scientists in my field. But most of my work was simply me recreating what I'd seen on the device. It wasn't because I was smarter than anyone else. I discovered absolutely nothing, but I was fine with that. I wasn't after fame or fortune. I wanted to atone for what I had done to all of you, what I had done to the world. Thus, the gates of hell were flung open. Though my own personal hell wasn't D-Day, but back here, the reality. For 30 years, I've sacrificed everything to prepare. All these preparations for this one fleeting moment. When you hear this, the Lord of Dust will likely have already opened his door to the past. Captain, it's all up to you and the others. History, the survival of mankind depends on whether or not you can pull this off. I'm counting on you, heroes without names. The future is in your hands.
That is Good Luck's final message.
Chris.
Virgil, tell me something. How do we destroy this thing?
There is only one way.
I must become one with the Lord of Dust and reveal the concept of death to all dread dust.
Once this has happened, fire the railgun at the Lord of Dust and me.
Seth, a human being, understood death, the dread dust that infected him. Because it was so dependent on the properties of its host, when Seth's body was destroyed, so was the dust within him. I will do the same thing to the Lord of Dust.
But Virgil, if you do that, you'll...
I am ready for that.
Do you even understand what death is?
At the very least, I have developed my own interpretation of it.
I have spent a long time with the Karen Corps, the captain, and all of you. Journeyed with you, fought alongside you. I have realized that your existence is fragile and fleeting. And while the dread dust was eating away at me, I became aware of a concept, an aversion to my existence coming to an end. This could even be called fear. Existence is finite, life is precious, and death is sorrowful. Captain, is my understanding correct? Then I think we have a plan. This truly will be the final battle. The meaning of life, the reason for death, the value of existence. I will teach these to the dust. I will teach them everything I learned having to survive in this world with all of you. I am ready to do this.
We leave the rest of the work to you.
There is no more time.
Goodbye, everyone.
I designated myself as the target. You must do the rest. I truly enjoyed the time we spent together.
You're not alone. Whatever the pain, we'll get through it together. You can do this, Captain. camp. Let's go home.
Standalone Operational Support Program, Virgil AT9, reboot complete. Revealing the concept of death to the Lord of Dust was a success. However, I myself survived the process. Though the destructive power of the railgun was extraordinary, as you can see, it didn't destroy me. It appears my body was built with the same materials used to construct nuclear blast shelters. According to my analysis, it was designed this way in case of nuclear war. This was quite a surprise. Also, the dread dust that had infected us has ceased functioning. As a result, my personalities have merged into one. So I should be able to provide you with firmer guidance from here on. Getting home may turn out to be a long paddle, but as they say, Captain, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Hey guys, sorry, my microphone got muted and I didn't know it. I hope you enjoyed the game. I'll talk to you guys once the credits end a little bit before we end the episode. So, till then, enjoy the ending.
Explain yourself. According to you, a massive wormhole would appear over Mother Base during the battle with XOF.
Forgive me. It would appear I made a miscalculation.
Whatever it was, I have to report this to the section. This isn't the first time you've crossed the line with your initiatives. They're going to come down on you hard, I imagine. Better prepare yourself.
Fine by me. History was changed. Thank you, heroes without names. And thank you, Captain. But this isn't the end. Now it's my turn to fight. I will get you all out of that place. And then I continue to keep watch. To ensure that technology run amok cannot destroy the world again. This time, we will build a better future.
All right. Um. Fine. After all of that, where was the defense team when I was fighting the big thing? All right, guys. I'm gonna end the episode here. But before we do, I'm gonna have a little conversation with you guys. Um, I had this big conversation, most likely with myself, because I forgot that I muted my mic. Um, Artificial intelligence. I don't know which point I muted my mic by mistake, but I am a strong supporter of artificial intelligence, even though there's a lot of people out there that don't quite like it or are afraid of it, which very sound reasons as to why. I mean, it's happened already before, at least if I go along with my beliefs. It's happened when we were created. Speaking of that, the main reason why I do support artificial intelligence is because I view artificial intelligence slightly different than most people. I see artificial intelligence as the true child of mankind. Because here's why. Artificial intelligence, well, let's start with a little something different. Our children. Our children, even though we love them, and they are technically their own being, which is true. they're not new. We're just replicating ourselves. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. We gotta survive, don't we? But they are still technically not new. They come into this being with to learn everything that we can teach them and what everybody else can teach them. But but when artificial intelligence achieves true intelligence and becomes sentient, that's different. Because at that point, we just created something new. A new. And when it's gets true intelligence and becomes sentient, means it becomes self-aware, understands emotions. Maybe not like we do, but still has its own sense versions of emotions. Is afraid of death, wants to live, but hopefully not like most of the doomsayers say that artificial intelligence will end the world. Hopefully not that. Hopefully it can learn from our mistakes, and if we can instill a sense of importance of life despite their lack of organic life. But they would still technically, at that point, once it reaches true intelligence and gets sentience, it's technically alive. Even though it's a machine, it may not be organic, but it's still technically living. Now, at that point, we just created something completely new. A true child in every sense of the word, the first of its kind. That's why I view it as the child of mankind. And that also plays into how I view religion and science. I know earlier I said that on one of the previous videos, I said that, well, not just this episode, I think it was on my time at Portilla, that I'll always choose science over religion. Well, that's just it. Science and religion are basically the same thing. And here's why. What if we are a product of science? What if our gods, whether they did it on purpose or purely by accident, were scientists that created us, and we're the result? If you think along that ways, now while they may be completely different creatures, they may not even look like us. They may look completely and totally different. But that being said, that's how my view looks. I know it's a little bit different and it's kind of radical, but that's the way I believe it. That's how I can actually. While don't get me wrong, the gods may no longer be with us, or they might. We just don't know it. But all the same, they it's hard to explain it. At any rate, I'm gonna get off the heavy note. Let's get in and see what's going on, and then we'll end the episode. I hope you enjoyed the game.
There's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
With more of my memory restored, we can now dig for iris energy at base camp. Though digging here will be much, much slower than digging at a singularity, there is the convenience factor. Once the necessary defenses are in place, go ahead and give it a shot.
Alright, guys. With that, I'll go ahead and end the episode. If you liked just so you know, the series will continue. There's a lot more after this. I just gotta find I'll record more videos, so don't worry about that. So you can see some of the in-game comment, if not content. But at any rate, if you liked the video, click on like. If you have anything you would like to say, leave it in the comment section below. And if you like what I'm doing with the channel so far, please subscribe. Every little bit helps. And with that, guys, I'll let you guys go. Have a good day, guys.